Ferrari has been afraid to remove a part of its own car until now, but this time, for the first time this entire season, it's going to throw away a part of its own car with its own hands. And that too knowingly. This part is the small exhaust flap that Hamilton and Leclerc's SF26 have in every race, a device that keeps the rear of the car glued to the track during corners. But reports are coming in from Italy that this thing will be removed for Spa. Why? Because in a straight line, this very part is secretly siphoning 7 horsepower from them, the same 7 horsepower that Hamilton is demanding in Austria. So the question is, why is Ferrari abandoning its own clever thing? There's a number that's forcing this decision. The Ferrari is a full 0.6 of a second slower than the Mercedes in a straight line, just on the straights, not for the entire lap. When Hamilton is at full throttle in a straight line, the Mercedes pulls out of his way as if he's standing still. The engine is fine, the tires are fine, but what's lost is electrical power. Hamilton himself has said that his car's deployment breaks down in the end, while the Mercedes keeps going. And Spa? Spa is the worst place in the world for this weakness. This track is a test of speed, not corners. Now let's understand what this device actually does. Ferrari calls it flick tail mode. The rest of the paddock calls it blown flap. The SF26 has a small flap at the rear, near the exhaust, that's powered by the engine's exhaust gases. When Hamilton turns into a corner, this air seals the rear. More grip, more confidence. It's a tremendous advantage on a twisty track. And Ferrari came up with the idea first. But the FIA was smart enough to decide that such blown flaps would be banned from 2027. Meaning 2 things are clear. Ferrari invented something so good that the rule makers had to stop it, and Ferrari only has 1 season to fully capitalize on it. But when this same flap is on a straight line, it creates drag, not grip. It's as if a hand is holding the car from behind and stopping it. This tread is beneficial in corners, but on tracks where there's too much full throttle, it becomes toxic. Ferrari's own engineers have calculated this. Closing this flap will restore 7 horsepower that was being wasted on the straights. In Formula 1, 7 horsepower on a straight line is equivalent to 1 kilometer of horsepower, regardless of who is behind you or ahead of you. Now consider the real issue, one that's bigger than the flap. This issue lies within the power unit, and Hamilton keeps repeating it. Deployment. Under the new 2026 regulations, half of the vehicle's power now comes from electric energy. The old turbo heat harvesting system is gone. There's now a larger electric motor pushing up to 350 kilowatt, but the battery is the same size. It only charges during braking. On a normal lap, where there are a lot of braking zones, this balance works well. But on long straights and less braking, the battery doesn't recharge in time. So the car starts out with full power, but by the end of the straight, the battery is empty. Whether it's manual override or active aero wings, nothing can create energy on its own. If your battery is draining before your competitors, no button can bring it back. And Ferrari has been emptying out all season in the most useless place, at the top of the straight, the very place where overtaking happens. It's not just Hamilton's anger. After Austria, Kimi Antonelli himself said that the Ferrari in front of him was deploying so strangely that he narrowly avoided a collision with Leclerc at turn 1. When a rival driver can sense your weakness from inside the cockpit, it's no small matter. Here's the real twist that many people have missed. Removing the flaps is just an aerodynamic fix. The issue of energy deployment is energy. Removing the flaps will reduce drag, increase top speed slightly, but the battery issue will remain the same. So, SPA's plan is a sacrifice, not a cure. And here's another twist. At Silverstone, the season's biggest power track and the one where Ferrari's weaknesses were exposed, Hamilton took sprint pole, won the race, and declared his own fear a false alarm. But a warning was hidden within the victory. Hamilton lost second place not to a straight line, but to a pit lane safety car decision. The pace was there, but not the margin. Now comes Spa, an even tougher power track than Silverstone. Reports suggest Ferrari will run the SF26 without the flicktail mode this time around. In Austria practice, Ferrari gave its reserve driver, Dino Beganovic, the low-drag setup to get clean data. This suggests Ferrari is serious. Spa has the longest laps in the world, Eau Rouge, Raidillon, and the famous Kemmel Straight, where overtakes take place. A slower car here is not only at a disadvantage, but also becomes a sitting target. In 2026, Spa will get a record 5 active aero zones, meaning cars with less drag will have the greatest advantage. But it's not that simple. Removing the flaps also reduces corner grip, and Spa's central sector has some of the world's fastest and most demanding corners. So while the Ferrari will pick up speed in a straight line, it will also take some risks in the corners. Finding balance is the real challenge, and now look at the numbers that show the urgency of it all. Hamilton is currently third in the championship, with 147 points, 32 points behind the leader. The leader is not Verstappen, not even Hamilton himself. It's 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli with 179 points, with Russell second on 154. Among constructors, Mercedes leads with 333 points, followed by Ferrari with 255, a gap of 78 points, largely due to this weakness. That's why Ferrari is ready to give up part of its winning car for something as small as 7 horsepower. The truth is, no one knows if this plan will work. The car hasn't even turned a wheel on the Spa yet. If the weather turns bad, this plan could change in a moment. And even if the flap is removed, the real issue, battery deployment, will remain the same until Ferrari introduces its new turbo-focused power unit upgrade, which is still several weeks away. So, if you want to look at Spa, treat it like a test. No miracles. If Hamilton can keep the Mercedes behind on the Kemmel Straight, the gamble will have worked and the title fight will be alive. If he repeats the same old story in the final 200 meters, everyone will know that the real issue was never a flap. This story isn't over yet. If you want all the details on Ferrari's next power unit upgrade and how it could close the gap to Mercedes, then head over to the channel, subscribe, do it, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that when that video comes, you get the notification first.